Welcome to Origin Stories. I'm RD.
I'm Parrott.
We're telling stories behind a digital art revolution
Each week we interview top artists.
and live stream with the community.
Let's go. Today is tomorrow's origin story.
What's
And
up,
we're
y'all?
live.
What's up?
What's up?
Odious, whenever you're here, we just defer to you since you have the best radio voice. You put us all to shame.
Oh my god, I get that a lot. It's weird because back in school, like my voice was one of the things that people picked on the most, and now to
Really?
like, now for people to like say that like they enjoy listening to my voice, it's such a weird.
Who's laughing now?
That's right.
Right, exactly, yeah,
They were just jealous, man. I can't even imagine.
yeah.
Cool. And for all of our viewers, I don't think we're getting comments on Twitter showing up on here. So if you want to join the conversation, head on over to YouTube, NFT Origin Stories, to join in the live combo and comments and whatnot.
Love the community commentary too, or just we'll keep Twitter open loosely. So if people, I guess if people fire in there, we'll try to bring the comments over here too.
Perfect. Big day for Odious today and Artifacts.
Yeah.
Let's
Odious,
go.
man, it's been what a journey, right? I mean, I'm trying to think the exact month. I should have looked up the exact date of like our first communication, but you know, New York City Times Square was May, but we talked long before that.
Yeah. I remember you first introducing me to the project. We hopped on like a Zoom call, and you were just going through it, and I was blown away by like what you guys were building or plan to build, and now for it to like finally like start to come to fruition, like all these artists like having their own like 3D models that are eventually going to be in this like environment. That's amazing.
It's fun. And guys, I just before this, so like, and both of you, like right now, Odious, after tonight, and both of you will have had artworks and 3D models as part of the Artifacts project. I just literally got off an Unreal Engine 5 call where big shout out Justin and big shout out Chewy. I won't say exactly what the room is, but it's coming next week. And
I'm excited.
It's a specific art immersive room around a sculpture, and I think it's going to show people the real vision of the unreal expression of Artifacts, where if we could take an artwork and a sculpture and build an entire, you know, mini world and experience around it in custom fashion, I think it gets pretty special. My brain broke earlier, so if I'm at a loss for words, I apologize.
Yeah, that's the it's like one of those like real life art experiences where you just like you walk into the room and then, you know, there's so much happening.
Mm-hmm.
Transferring that to like a digital environment, that's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be crazy.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait. And when the time comes, we'll talk about all sorts of odious colors and however you want to express it. Parrott, you too, man. It's gonna be fun moments ahead.
Excited.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
Sounds cool.
And the best part is, like, the ideal is low lift for you guys, right? You get to say, hey, this would be cool, that would be cool, that would be cool, and then we get in there and build.
Beautiful. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, you got a great team over at Artifacts.
Thank you, man. Everyone's doing big things. I mean, Odious, you know, Meta Hero, you're crushing Parrotism, NFT affirmations. Like, everyone's doing their thing. Love to see it.
Doing bits.
Out here growing.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Anthony Quinton in here. What's up? Says hi, guys.
Hi.
What's up, Ant?
Yo, what's up?
So let's see. Why don't we start with some art? Odious, wanna take us into your world, man. Talk to us about your artwork. I feel like that's a good place to get things rolling.
Okay. Let me put up the piece. Okay. So this piece is called Friends with the Broken Past. It's the one of one that's going to be auctioned today on the Artifacts project. It's got 5 ETH reserve. And it's basically a piece that's myself as a child looking at me now and basically saying, hey, There's nothing to worry about. You'll get through it. It's been rough. You might feel like you're drowning now, but you'll come out on the other side a much better person. And this has been a piece I've been working on. I don't know. I think it's been several months now, right, Roger?
Yeah, I mean, it was, it predates Times Square in May, and then there was another round on it, right? In the past several months. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this has been a many month labor of love.
Yeah. And you can see there that there's like a nuke sitting on a boat, which is then sitting on my head. And the idea behind that is just like mental health, just trying to balance things and don't keep things bottled up too much to where the nuke will explode. Yeah. So that's basically the piece. I got a few little elements in there that but just I can't really explain it, but it makes sense to me. And I just want you guys to be able to interpret it however you like.
Really cool work, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's been cool to see your style evolve so much over the year or so I've known you and been aware of your work and stuff. Because I think when we first started talking, you had the same character in the work, but it was much more maybe like clean cut or simplified, and just seeing like your work over the past like 6 to 8 months or so just explode in like colors and drippiness and abstractism and creativity. It's been a really cool progression, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I started out with like you said, just more of an illustrative, minimal, like an ongoing love story is what I called it. And yeah, it just allowed me to create daily posts and reach as many people as possible, which is all I wanted to do at the start. And then eventually it turned into this more expressive, vibrant colors. The more you see, the more you like look around the piece, the more you see, and the more you understand that it's a happy piece on the surface, but the deeper you go, it gets pretty dark. And that's what I love about it. Imagine this being in I don't know, possibly like a museum or something one day, and people walk up to the piece and they're like, "Oh, this makes me feel great because of like the colors, makes it feels like lively and refreshing." But then, the more you look, the more you examine, the more you find, and it rewards the viewer.
Odious, you know what's amazing about that? I made this comment to Euphoria the other day, or I should say about Euphoria's work the other day, and I said, Euphoria's work is something that sets me in a place of calm to then explore deeper things, because a lot about fear, a lot about change, like he really puts it on the table. But the colors he uses and the way he presents the artwork, to me at least, always first settles me to then consider further. With you, Odious, it's kind of the same thing. The way you just described that, drawing a link there, the colors, right? It puts a little smile on your face. It engages you to the artwork, but then, to your point, you have so much behind it, so many details, so many thoughts, stuff that you share, stuff that you leave up to the viewer. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's like a Venus flytrap, an artistic Venus flytrap.
Love that. I also think the 3D model that Dirk at Work did was also so cool. It's there's been so many, I think, character-based ones that I've seen, and it's really cool to see this one take the ship and the nuke and then like the little fish tank underneath it. I think that's a really cool way to extrapolate kind of the meaning behind the art into a 3D sculpture. Very cool.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I wanted to create a nice focus for the model, almost as if it's like its own separate piece, while still like, I can't think of the word, but relating back to the original artwork. And this is actually edition 2 of the model. We had one before, and Dirk was fantastic. with his transferring it from the one-of-one artwork to the 3D. But there was just a few things missing, and I felt like the character wasn't needed. I felt like the artwork itself does enough for the character, and then you can just you sort of take the innocent parts of the artwork, and I think it also frames it quite nicely in almost a hearse-like box. That was Dirk's idea. Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, alongside the reveal. So like Odious and Parrott, when you would first send an artwork, like that's me at Christmas time. That's me just, I don't know what I'm about to see, but I'm here for it. And then just diving in and exploring everything. The other opportunity that comes along some of the time, because some models are straightforward and some aren't. Some are based in 3D and some aren't, and then translating them becomes easier, medium, or much more difficult. Sometimes I get the opportunity to be a fly on the wall for an amazing collaboration, and I felt like this was one of those times where, you guys got in there and made magic, and I very much appreciated that behind the scenes process.
And I really like how Dirk left the back of the boat and the nuke blank, because it almost gives me the sense of like every story has two sides. You've got the front facing, and there's a lot going on there. You can see the fish in the tank, but then on the back, it's all just black, and I just feel like it sums it up nicely, and it shows that every story has multiple components to it. I feel like it has more innocence on the back.
I like that a lot.
And Odious, want to comment on what's in the tank?
Oh yeah, so there's like little fishies. I didn't want them to be like, I didn't want you to like look at them and instantly think fish. So I wanted to remove the eyes, so they look a little bit more abstract, a little bit more minimal. And then, whilst I don't have the character sitting in the piece, I have elements from it. So the red ball at the bottom is actually the nose from the character, and it's sunk to the bottom to signify drowning. And then the heart is like in the air. Close to the surface, it's still floating around. There's still hope there.
Love that.
It's my favorite. It's just my favorite. Like a fireside chat over an art piece, and I like that. I tend to want to put order around things and understand things and dive in. But I have to say, if I really strip it away, I appreciate what you said earlier, which is I'm going to tell you X, Y, Z. I'm going to talk about this and that, but there's other stuff in there that either I can't explain, won't explain, better left to the viewer's imagination. Even though I'm striving to understand everything, I think that puts it in the most satisfying place.
Yeah, I got to keep some things to myself,
Exactly. Mr. Poulet in here. It's mesmerizing. Earlier, Hilda Broom. What's up, everybody? Makes perfect sense. Big fan. That's directly to you, Odious.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well, that's awesome. It's exciting. It's fun that we get to do this together. As we close this show, Odious's lottery opens. So it's the one artwork with a 5 ETH reserve, and then there's the sculpture editions that are 0.1 ETH each, and it's a lottery. So no gas wars, comfortable purchasing, all that good stuff. So you'll be able to put that in. You get an hour to do so. Nice, comfortable window. All right. Odious, thank you for walking us through, but why don't we open it up? Let's jam on anything and everything, right? That's why we come together here, the NFT space at large, as it were. And Odious, man, what are you passionate about today?
I don't know. I've been out of the loop a little bit. Going to London, that was fun. Being able to meet all these digital identities that we see online all the time. Finally meet them in like real person. It's kind of mind blowing. Like, I don't think there was a day that I wouldn't like meet up with people and I didn't think like, oh, this doesn't feel real. This is a very surreal feeling. But yeah, it was so fun. And everyone's so lovely.
It's true.
You got your portrait taken?
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. So we were just walking through Liverpool, and um, I think his name's Masan. Great guy. Um, yeah, he was just he walked up to us, and I think he knew we were going to be there, and then yeah, he took all of our portraits. I've never looked so good in a photo, so he did a good job.
Being friends with photographers has its benefits.
Yeah. He said I had nice eyes, and it was over.
Aw.
That photo made me reflect. Like that made me reflect hard on Odious as I don't know, the one of the Renaissance men of the NFT space. I really thought, like, I don't know why that opened that thought process. Like I think we've talked about it a little bit before, but just the breadth of the things that you do in this space. Way back when on Origin Stories, right? We talked about you collecting art, right? And I think you've been stealthy, sometimes not so stealthy, like doing amazing things over there and creating art, and then all of your efforts with Meta Hero. I mean, such a broad span of accomplishments.
Thank you. Yeah, still collecting, still addicted, but no, it's a good addiction. Super happy to still like support artists, bring artists into the space, show them the ropes. Yeah, I don't mind doing things quietly. I don't really care about the praise or anything like that. As long as the people that I like spend my time with like persevere and continue like down this path of NFTs, my job's done.
Well said. Parrott, how about you, man?
What's on my mind?
What's on your mind? What are you doing these days? You're doing big things as well.
Yeah, been doing the affirmations. Which has been fun and great and all things positive, and just been manifesting shit left and right. And just flew into New York last night, visited my parents this weekend, caught up with some friends in the hometown, and wasn't on the internet that much, and it felt very, very nice, very relaxing. Felt like most of the time before NFTs. where I was just in the moment a lot more, which was really nice and needed, and made me reflect a little bit about, not getting too burnt out by being in the space and stretching myself too thin. I feel like I need a weekend like that every few months or so, just to stay sane out here.
Sure,
and then flew to New York. I'm in Brooklyn right now, getting ready for the chaos that is next week, and have some down days while I'm here to get acclimated to the time difference and catch up with some friends before everyone's bouncing around the city all crazy like.
That's
It'd be
so
a
dope.
wild stretch in New York City.
Yeah, when are you getting to town, Roger?
I get to town Tuesday lunchtime.
Cool.
I'm going to be Tuesday lunchtime through Friday morning.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, we'll definitely hang out a bunch.
I hope so. Dude, sometimes with these couple day stretches, what I've learned is you talk to people with the best intentions and you blink your eyes and it's coming to an end and you're going home.
Yeah. I can't promise anything, but
Right.
except what I committed to on Thursday.
Boom.
So I'll definitely see you then. Other than that, I guess obviously, Facebook changing its name to Meta. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I said that we should all just rug the term metaverse, never use it again, flip the script on them. But then I realized I have a project called Meta Hero. So.
Yeah, I know. Are you gonna get sued by Facebook now, bro?
Possibly, yeah. Cease and desist. They might be coming for everyone,
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know how I feel about it. Overall bullish. Roger, you had some really great points the other day on, was it CSNBC? Is that where you were on?
CNBC, yeah, man.
CNBC. And you were talking about, they're asking you about Facebook coming in to build this metaverse and what you thought on it. And I thought you had some very poignant points about them having the Oculus VR thing going for them, the big money and the funding. Obviously, this is something they've been working on for a minute. If they companies can't just change the name in like a day. It's probably been a 6 to 8 to 12 month long process for them just to get this name change done and do the research on that. So it's gonna get crazy for sure.
Yeah. You know, it's when I go on stuff like that, there's always the, you know, one of the places I feel that I can make a difference is explaining. Like I'm always trying to bridge that gap, and I'm always trying to work on being simpler, being clearer. You know, I think sometimes in this space, it's easy to go all the way down a rabbit hole. Yep. Right. And you think you're being simple and clear to somebody. And in fact, if someone were a fly on the wall in that conversation, they'd be like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're. So I actually learned that from the start. It's been, several news appearances now. And the first one I came off and got a bunch of feedback. And as I always do, I try to like absorb all the feedback and, internalize it. I don't just take it on face value, but I consider it and think about how I'm being viewed or whatever. Right. And every appearance since, it's been two things. It's been getting more comfortable and simplifying. Like that's what it's been all about. Right. But yeah, for Facebook here, I think in this space, it's easy to laugh at Facebook. I think that's the snap reaction in the NFT space, being down the rabbit hole, is to laugh at Facebook. It's to say you're old.
It's fun to laugh at Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's like you're old, you're out of touch, you don't get it. You're attempting to control everything, on and on and on and on. I think so. The snap reaction, and there's a lot of validity there. Don't get me wrong. Sure. I think the snap reaction is to be dismissive of Facebook. And I think the point that I really want to make, especially to people in this space, is like, don't dismiss Facebook, because they are humongous. Like they're extremely well capitalized. They have the tech, they have the people, they have the ability to buy things. They're going to buy young, agile, digitally native organizations out. It's going to happen. They're going to fold them in, and they're going to take a huge home run swing at this. Yep. And the fact that they're changing their company on the back of it should not be taken lightly. That's my main point. Now, how it all shakes out in the end, I think there's a place for, digitally native companies who stay decentralized, who don't fold into that kind of a thing. Absolutely. There's going to be a place. But my point is, I really believe they should be taken seriously. I think there should be thought given to how they're going to enter the space, how they're going to impact the space, the type of artists and projects who will thrive as a part of it because of what they're doing, and the type who will thrive apart from it because of how they're approaching it. So anyway, I just want to be thoughtful, because I think it really matters.
It does. And I mean, like, honestly, dude, Facebook is the king of monopolizing digital content already. Mm-hmm. They think about all the companies that Facebook owns. They own Instagram. They bought out Instagram. They bought out Oculus VR. They bought out Space. Know what else they bought out, but I know they own a ton of companies under that.
WhatsApp is another.
WhatsApp, thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. So they know, they've been around for a while. They're a tech giant, on par with Google and Apple, and they have the funds. They know how to monopolize industries. We've seen it happen over the past 10 years. I could see them coming in and buying Decentraland. I'm not saying Decentraland would sell to Facebook, but something to that degree where they just come in and they're like, mine now. And maybe they make it better, maybe they make it worse. That's up for discussion. Mm-hmm. But they're gonna come in and be like, what's valuable, what has long-term value and consistency, and what's exciting, and how do we acquire that so we get paid from that. Mm-hmm. They're gonna come in strong for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Emotional's in here saying, let's go. I think that was directed at you, Odious, before we started this Facebook rant.
Let's go.
Hilda Broom saying, preach. I think that was within the Facebook rant somewhere. Good time. I mean, hey, this industry has been changing so rapidly, and the phase change I think we're starting to see is the bigger players, right? We heard rumors for a long time of what Snapchat was going to do, what TikTok was going to do, what Instagram was going to allow, all those big players. We heard those rumors. We saw Twitter dip its toe first. They dropped those 140 NFTs. That was fun. That was a good moment. TikTok has now started doing things. But I think that next phase, it's the big player phase. They've been laying the foundation. They've been seeing what we're all doing, right? What all of us see here, what all of us are immersed in here, from the games, from the Axie Infinities to the smaller metaverses, Parrott, to your point, the Decentralands, they've been looking at the art, and now obviously the art starting to hit those mega sales, hitting the auction houses, getting a lot more attention. You better believe like they're looking at it all. They're looking at the NFT space at large and loosely the metaverse space at large. And they've been making those points behind the scenes. That next phase, these big players are they're coming for their own land grab. You know, we talked a while back when it came to like ENS names and, you know, artwork, like it was like people trying to grab land in there and figure out their position in the world. Well, now this is going to happen at a much larger scale. It's a pretty fascinating thought process. Again, like what will they care about? How will they change things?
Yeah.
How will it bleed into this world? How will these worlds collide?
Imagine if Farmville was pay to play, bro.
That's dope. Yeah, comes back. Yeah,
With a vengeance. Or not pay to play, but play to earn rather. Big difference.
big difference.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. You know, and I've said this multiple times, but I'm sure Odious, you can agree, Roger as well, that a year ago when we were all, you know, getting into NFTs and having a blast and discovering all this new stuff, the kind of general consensus was we'd have like 5 years to build some crazy shit before anyone came in and, you know, gave a damn about it. And the fact that a year later, Facebook is changing its name to Meta and is like, you know, and everything's in auction houses and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry now. It's crazy that it happened so fast. And I just hope everyone's got their footing all right now and is going to be able to, you know, adapt quickly once again as these changes come.
Yeah, well said.
Speaking of auction houses, Beeple's Human One, that's going to be huge.
Yes. Was that what Pac was talking about when?
I thought the same thing.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys don't remember, Pac put out this post recently, a few weeks ago, where he was talking about some hidden agenda is like pushing some of these top tier artists to create sculptures and take them out of the digital realm and bring them into the physical realm. And I think me and Odious were like, bro, you better not be talking about Fiwo right now.
I remember.
Yeah. He was like, no, Fiwo's always been a physical artist. That's not what I'm talking about. And we're like, all right.
Yeah.
Put away the pitchforks, guys. But I saw this announcement yesterday, and I was like, this might, you know, Pac probably knew about this months ago, so this might be what he's referring to. They, I should say. I
think he's done it in a really interesting way, though. Like, it's not just like a physical sculpture; like it's a digital sculpture in a physical box. So it's like, and did you see the announcement today on Christie's where it's like it's changeable by the blockchain? So like you can just create a new artwork and then upload it, and it will be in that box. New environments.
I did not see that.
The characters to walk in. Yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna be fucking sick, bro. I mean, Evil doesn't play around with what he brings to the market usually. If he was the first guy who did infinite objects pairing on Nifty Gateway almost a year ago, and I remember when that happened, it was everyone was just like, duh. But it was like so cool to like have a physical pairing, and I think that was like kind of the first time that an artist did that on that scale, anyways.
Not to mention donate pubic hair.
Yeah, exactly.
I still have that. I haven't opened the box yet, but I think I do own some people pubic hair. This got to be worth billions in 2050, bro.
At least.
We can all clone him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, that is so good.
Bruh.
But then you find out that it was actually like repurposed animal hair or something.
Right.
It's like that scene in Harry Potter where Hermione drinks that potion, turns into a cat instead of someone else.
Or maybe this is his way of getting a 10K project, like all clones of people. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, he's thought this all through. He's living in 3030.
By the way, Fesk in here. What's up, Fesk? Fesk says fully dynamic Beeps has access to it anytime.
So dope.
I'm
It's going to grow with him. And that's crazy. That's just going to be in someone's house or maybe museum or something. And then, a month later, it might change. And that's the power of digital.
That's the most fun part, isn't it? Like, could you imagine you wake up and you're like, wow, has he changed it? What's going on?
Right.
I mean, that's an engaging piece of art. That's,
Yeah.
if that was what Pac was talking about, bad take. I mean, maybe he didn't, in my opinion, and you know how I feel about Pac. I love Pac.
Yeah.
So let that be said as well. But
it was a sus tweet, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I for one, honestly, I'd like to see more digital artists do physical stuff because I think I want to do more physical stuff. I want to do a painting someday and like a sculpture. It just sounds like a fun way to express,
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think for someone as calculated as Pac, that was a very miscalculated tweet. Or maybe it did like exactly what it was intended, just to get the community riled up.
Speaking of someone living in 3030.
right, yeah.
Exactly. Pac's probably going to drop a sculpture and it's going to relate back to that tweet. And
oh man,
and he was talking about himself.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's
smart.
He's the one pushing the hidden agenda the whole time.
Yeah.
There was another thing. Oh, another thing going on. It's funny, Odious, after you brought up the Beeple sculpture, I was literally about to say, like, pick one of these two topics, and that was one of them. The other one is Nifty Gateway pretty formally announcing that they're now taking the position as an aggregator in the NFT space, which
I didn't see that.
It's impactful. Like that to me, because I've been expressing, like, I could see their current journey going one of two ways. I think it could be very positive. I think it could be negative, like depending upon how you look at them, depending upon how you look at the noise of all the projects coming in. However, making this clear statement that we are going to, make things easier, make things cheaper, make things fiat, start breaking down, make fiat easy to transact along with Ethereum and other things, right? Breaking down those barriers, and we have every intention of going all in on becoming an aggregator. That to me is fascinating. That to me makes me a bit more positive on the potential direction of their recent moves. So my eyebrows were definitely raised when reading that news.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead, Odious.
I was just gonna say I saw Tommy tweet something yesterday that's like no gas fees or minimal gas fees on the ETH network. Like that interested me.
Mm-hmm.
So how will this work in real life? So I'm looking at their article right now. So it's cross listings.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like extrapolating on what they're already doing, where you can bring NFTs into Nifty Gateway, right? Like Bored Apes and Doodles, Robotos, Gvols, and every other external collection available on Nifty Gateway Marketplace. So basically, like if you want to buy a Bored Ape with fiat, then you go through Nifty instead of OpenSea. Is that basically like what they're doing?
Wait, Parrott, say that last part again.
So if you want to like buy a Bored Ape and you don't want to use crypto and you want to use fiat, then Nifty Gateway is the entryway to do that. Is that what this move represents, or what's it all mean?
I think so. I mean, I think that's a component of it. To me, I have to look at more specifics, right? I don't think they've released all specifics, but there's been dots that are able to be connected now. To me, the most meaningful part is the macro, like the macro intention to become an aggregator. I think that's a clear directional statement that I'm less concerned. What I thought the downside before is that, everything's diluted, right? Like the curation that has been criticized before, not for you guys, of course, but for some of the other, stuff that had come on at a certain frame of time, like the curation was criticized, right? But bringing in all those whitelisted projects, when they started to be rampantly brought in, it further diluted and further affected that. But now with this intention, that's a whole new path. That's really interesting. It almost, in my mind, allows you to separate out divisions of Nifty, or like intentions of Nifty. Like if they just become this mass aggregator that also does special drops and releases, like that's okay. Now there's like a hierarchy of order. And again, that's me looking for order in it all. But nevertheless, how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I can read a little bit from this Medium article they posted. They say, we are thrilled to announce that Nifty Gateway has become an NFT aggregator providing users with access to permissionless NFT listings from across the decentralized ecosystem. If an NFT part of a Nifty Gateway supported collection is up for sale on a marketplace we are aggregating listings from, we will cross-list it for purchase. Users will pay an all-in price, which includes all associated gas fees and a 3% Nifty Gateway processing fee. These purchase prices will be very similar to those on the original marketplace. Cross-listed NFTs can be purchased with any payment method available on Nifty, including credit cards, Ethereum, wire transfers, Gemini balance. Every listing from a given supported collection is available for cross-purchase on Nifty Gateway, and new collections are being added every day. Purchases will be deposited in a user's Nifty Gateway account and custodied by our state-of-the-art custody technology, powered by our parent company, Gemini. A collector can withdraw their NFTs to their own wallet. Anti-fraud measure: first credit card purchase made by a new user would be subject to a 20 or 72-hour hold. This feature is the perfect way to attract new collectors to the NFT ecosystem. New collectors can seamlessly move from signing up with only an email and password to purchasing their first NFT in about 30 seconds. Cool.
Wow.
Boom.
Cool. So it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like, we talked about this before as well. What's Nifty Gateway did so well and Top Shot did so well was having the fiat access to NFTs, which, people like my parents were able to buy NFTs because they didn't have to mess with MetaMask and all this stuff. So basically, now they're expanding that to everything else. And being
like they can eventually end up in the ETH ecosystem, and never have to pay for ETH in the first place. Like it starts from fiat, they buy an NFT for fiat, and then they sell that NFT for ETH. And
yeah, very cool.
That's huge.
Huge. That is huge. Because I think, buying ETH and like transferring it to a MetaMask is kind of a hassle sometimes.
It's scary if you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
For sure.
And, Coinbase isn't available everywhere. And I know personally, like if I go into MetaMask and there's that purchase, crypto option in there, where you like buy it from Wire or something like that. My bank says no, dude. My bank's like, sorry, we're not letting you interact with this merchant. So
yeah, I've never used that.
Yeah, luckily I just put like $200 of ETH in from Coinbase when I got started, and it's just been a snowball since then through NFTs.
But yeah, it can be a struggle. Mr. Poulet says that's kind of what happened to him. Bought with cards, sold or traded in ETH.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin's in here. What's up, Justin?
What's up, bro? I'll see you next week.
What's up?
By the way, what's up, buddy? Sorry.
I was just saying I won't see him next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we still make it happen? Can we smuggle you out of there somehow?
Don't think it's possible, guys.
All right, next time. No, fair.
Next
You got
time.
things to do.
Maybe December though. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Real quick, jump back to a comment here from Fesk, doubling back to Fesk is banned too. Boo. Next time. I feel like when all the bans drop, even if it's not December, like for whatever reason, if it should stretch into next year, I feel like immediately when those bans drop across the board, there needs to be a pop-up event. Maybe we can figure it out.
I think there will be.
Yeah, there better be. Maybe we'll just all create it together.
Yeah, exactly.
And Fesk up here, real quick, to double back to the Beeple. He says, as it changes, there are hidden clues to secret NFTs. And as far as I know, it's a 2 of 2. One edition will go to the owner and another one to the mastermind that solves the secret.
Wow. So Pac's going to get the second one.
God damn it.
That would be the opposite of poetic justice.
Right?
Patrick, what's up, Patrick? Patrick says pop up in Hong Kong. Hey, sure.
I call that lost poetic justice.
Yeah. That would be pretty funny though if it stemmed from that tweet, like bashing what people's doing, and then he ends up with it. That'd be hilarious.
Do you know what he would do? he'd be the first person to ever burn a physical into ash.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Could you imagine?
That's performance art though. He'll sell that.
It would be performance art. An NFT would be made of this massive bonfire in the middle of nowhere. You know?
Yeah.
Fractionalized bonfire.
Right. Now we're just out there. Now we're out there in the weeds, guys.
This is the conversation that doesn't make sense to anyone but people in NFTs.
Exactly. You know what's funny? There's so many year marks coming up, and it's just pretty fascinating. The passage of time in the space has been something. Every week I'm amazed, right? How it feels versus what it is. Usually it means that 2 days have passed and it feels like a year. You know, that kind of a thing. But now about a calendar year, like a calendar year already has passed for some, is just now passing for some, and is about to pass for others, and that blows my mind. Like,
yeah.
Beeple's the first drop is 2 days from now. Last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it is. So is it for the anniversary then?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's right at the anniversary.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Passage of time sure is weird. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before, but there's this theory that the perception of time is, you know, like when you get older, the years go by faster and faster and faster. There's this theory that it's actually like novelty that our brains are attached to as a perception of time. So like when you're a kid and you're seeing the world for the first time and having all these new experiences, you know, your first kiss, your first time driving a car, your first time going to the county fair, all these things are new and novel. And that's why your childhood feels like so long and drawn out, because it's packed with so much novelty. And then as you get older, the average human gets in habits and ruts, and you know, maybe they work a job and start a family, and day in, day out, it's very similar, and passage of time happens quicker. And I think this NFT space has reinforced that idea in my head, because there's so much novelty every day, in and out, new things happening, new connections being made in my brain and in real life. And it feels like decades have passed in this past year because of that.
That's a really fascinating theory that I don't know how I would have felt about that theory. Like, it would have taken me longer to come around to that theory, I think, prior to the NFT space. But man, does it reflect very accurately what is happening right now and why time feels so wonky. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
It's almost like we're the children of the digital age.
It's true. That we are. Well, just little babies out here figuring shit out.
Birthed into NFTs.
Yeah. This whole new world.
Emotional says, a lot of my friends just hit a year in NFTs this month. My year was September. OG.
Congrats.
Fest just made a year pretty much. First mint was in November only, though. Hey, I mean, everyone's there. Odious, Parrott, when were your exact first mints?
Ooh, put me on the spot. September 12th, I think.
June 20th, I think. No, June 25th. 20th is when I applied to Super Rare. The 25th is when I got accepted. And I think maybe the 3rd of July was my first mint. Or maybe it was the 25th. It might have been the day I got accepted. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I applied for Super Rare in the summer, and then I was just like working out the space, and then in September just said fuck it, I'm going in.
Is Roger frozen?
Yeah, I think we've lost Roger. I thought he was just like trying to take it in. Yeah, I was waiting for his response.
Just thinking really hard about something.
He might still be, to be honest.
Yeah. Remember the Rareable days, Odious?
Yes, that's where I started, yeah.
Did you get the Rary airdrop back in the day?
Yeah. Is that stopped now?
No, but they did like a big airdrop of like 400 Rary tokens or something like that to everybody, I think.
Yeah, I think I got in. I think I just hit the threshold. Do you remember that thing that was going around called Paint?
Paint?
Do you remember that? It was like if you were unravel before a certain time, you get Paint.
Yeah.
And everyone connected their wallets to that. And I was thinking about that the other day. Like, We don't know what we were connecting our wallets to.
No, we did get airdropped though.
Yeah, free cash.
I think they airdropped us all like $5,000 or something.
Yeah, just for being like early supporters of Rarible. That was crazy. It wasn't to do with Rarible either, was it? It was just like a
Not sure what it had to do with. I didn't ask too many questions, honestly. I said, cool.
No, we just just sort of connected our wallet and just forgot about it.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, airdrops. I think the Rarible airdrop was my first airdrop, and honestly, airdrops pretty much the coolest thing anyone's ever invented.
Right. Yeah.
And in theory, I know how they work. You know, like governance, and that gives it value and all this kind of stuff. But like the idea that like even like super rare with a rare airdrop that they could just be like, all right, we're gonna make a token. And obviously, there's a bunch of value behind the token because of what you can do with the token. But the fact that they can just make one and then it has a market cap because people are investing in it. You know, these airdrop people, they printed millions of dollars basically by like doing that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's like up to like the community to decide the price.
Yeah, absolutely insane, honestly.
Yeah. I think I saw a
really.
tweet. I think it might have been Patrick James that tweeted it when we all got airdropped. But he said they didn't just airdrop you this token; they airdropped you like one of the best investments of this year.
Super rare.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, it's. I feel like it's like almost akin to being in a seed round for them or something like that.
Right.
Where it's like you are like basically invested in the company and in its success and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was a under the radar seed round for like all collectors and all artists. And then all of a sudden it was just like
imagine if every company did that. Like imagine you go like JCPenney and you buy some clothes and they give you some like JCPenney stock in return.
That'd be dope. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
And that's how I like look
stock's doing, but
that's how I look at like collectible projects and everything. They're just like beautiful looking stocks that have like community behind them. Community backed stocks, basically.
Yeah. It's the coolest. Yeah, you're like investing in people and ideas, and I'm bullish on both of those things.
Yeah, and people can contribute if they're like really passionate about that project. They can contribute and make a difference. Whereas like with stocks, you can't really be like, oh yeah, I'll buy this stock and then do anything with it. You just got to wait for like that project to do well, that team to make the moves. But with the community, like they can literally just take over and, well, you've seen what happened with Bored Apes. The community made that what it is now.
Definitely, yeah. Bored Apes is such a good example of that. Dude, I wonder if Facebook, imagine if they were like, we're going to drop a token and now we're going to be decentralized and the people can govern it. They're not going to do that, but
if they dropped a token to everyone that was on like Facebook,
yeah,
maybe that might be a little bit more bullish.
Imagine if they did that. Just airdrop the fucking like 3 billion people on Facebook.
That'd be pretty cool though. Yeah, I wonder what their metaverse is going to be like.
Oh, did you see that video they posted? Maybe not them. Someone posted earlier today. I can screen share it really quick.
Yeah,
sure. Shoot, 1 sec. It's Roger texted me. His internet crashed. He said time to officially get a new router. Let me see if I can find this video. I forget who I sent it to earlier. Okay. But it kind of showed maybe like a preview or something.
Okay.
Let's see. Sorry for me just digging through Twitter right now. I should have saved this.
That's so good. I think it's gonna be so cool. Like, I don't know why, but just even like business meetings in the metaverse is gonna be so fun. Like, I don't know. Imagine if you're like you're talking through your project, and then to help visualize it, you can like, I don't know, draw or something, or animate it with your character, or maybe there's like tools. And
I need like a Jamie from Joe Rogan to pull shit up. Jamie, pull that shit up. All right. Yeah, here, we'll play this. This is the video I saw earlier that Honestly, it made me kind of excited. I felt bad. I felt dirty and guilty, but I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Is it meant to be sound?
Oh, yeah, is there no sounds?
No, there's no sound.
Okay. I'll put on closed captions, I guess. There we go.
Okay.
Usually there's sound. We got closed captions. I'll talk through it. Maybe I'll do my best, Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay. You dub it for me.
Yeah, I'll dub it. Important experience of all, connecting with people. Bro's gotta be so weird in real life, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
Sorry, guys.
Roger, you're back.
So good.
I'm
We
back.
thought you were just deep in thought.
No. All this time.
Well, we're watching Mark Zuckerberg. No sound, I guess, but watching Mark Zuckerberg talk about the metaverse. So, you got like, basically, I think what he's talking about here is it's like an AR layout over his own home. So you can walk through your own home, and then it's like these are the walls. You get views out of them, and then you have, an avatar, and you can have business meetings in space, I guess, with aliens and stuff. He straight up looks like an avatar sometimes, dude.
I was thinking
He
the same
does.
thing just now.
He does.
It's like I'm pretty sure he's 3D rendered in this video. But anyways, this is on the Recounts Twitter. If you guys want to watch this with audio, I just restarted again. But basically, it seems like an AR kind of overlay. So this is him walking through his house or whatever, and this is like possibly NFTs and art and all this stuff. I assume it would just lay over your house. Otherwise, you'd be walking into walls and kind of have the same problem you would with a VR headset. But I'm sure it's gonna be cool.
Or maybe there'll be like a mini treadmill sort of thing, like a circle thing on the ground, and you can just walk on it constantly.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Kind of like Ready Player One style, where you have a suit and you can feel stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fesk says Oculus headsets kind of have that hub already, but super limited. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of the Oculus a little bit. Just even that scene where, but Oculus is still kind of bulky on your head, and I get nauseous with it if I'm playing. Like I got some like first shooter games and first person shooter games, and I just get nauseous because I'm having to control where I'm walking and looking, and there's a certain amount of lag, and it's just very hard to do. Some other games like where you don't have to walk around that much are pretty cool. There's a zero gravity game I forget what it's called. It's kind of like a soccer football mashup thing, where there's these like goalposts and there's a frisbee and you're floating around in zero gravity, and you have like a jetpack to like fly yourself around, and you grab it and you can like whack people and throw it.
That's pretty cool.
To the goal. That one's pretty cool. And for some reason, it being in zero gravity, it doesn't give me nausea. But if I'm
that's interesting.
I don't know why.
Yeah, if you can do some sort of like lightweight glasses, that'd be perfect, because the Oculus is too heavy on my head.
Dude, what happened to the Google glasses? They were teasing that like 5 years ago.
True.
I think the world wasn't ready and the tech wasn't ready, right? And that's the big question, right? Is this the moment? Like, is this the moment we were promised back with Google Glasses? Like, maybe it is. Maybe this is the tipping point with all these big players getting involved simultaneously. Maybe this is where it all tips, and this is where the world goes within the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm sure over the next decade for sure. I'm just curious how soon we're gonna see stuff like that, because I think that's still like my not hesitation, but with the way Decentraland or any of these metaverses are right now, is it still feels rudimentary, and it feels like early video games, which is it's fun because like it's novel and it's exciting and it's a new technology on the blockchain. But I feel like if I'm like go and hang out with my little cousin or something like that, and I'm like, hey, let's go jump in Decentraland. They're gonna be like, no, I'm gonna go jump in Call of Duty instead. It's better. And, like, we need that that level of graphics, of playability, and of just like general fun that I think appeals to the broad user, where it doesn't matter if it has anything to do with NFTs or the metaverse or the blockchain or anything like that. It just has to have that appeal to the general public.
Patrick says slowly, then all at once, his guess is the 4 to 5 year mark. And then Emotional says he watches movies and YouTube while he sculpts in VR.
That's fun.
I really like your process videos as well. No, that's super cool.
I have to check those out. Sculpting in VR is fun.
Yeah, they're like really satisfying to watch.
Who was that girl on Nifty Gateway that had those really cool drops where she was like filming herself sculpting in VR? Those are cool. I forget.
Anna Dreambrush.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Those are really, really cool and creative way to do that.
That was what, you know what, that isn't it amazing how within this space that we occupy, it's really like you do see these people with exceptional art and unique things, but if they don't lean into the space and stay leaned in and stay engaged, it kind of filter out or just gonna drift off the radar a little bit. But those who really, come with amazing art and lean in, you could see where that goes as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that because Anna Dreambrush is someone who I thought it was wildly unique and amazing to watch, and that's something that I've shown some people outside of NFTs, and immediately they were like, "Holy cow!" Like, that's awesome. I love that. What is that? Who is that? But it just goes to show you. What were we gonna say, Odious?
I was just saying, it's not just about the art. It's like you have to be deep into the community. You have to love the space, want to see the broader vision and be a part of that. I find community. It's right now. I feel like it's community 60%, art 40%. But yeah, I definitely think it's more community focused.
There she is.
Yeah, so cool.
Noel agrees. She's amazing.
So cool.
Yeah, she is.
So cool. So cool.
Dude, Odious, it's just about time to enter your lottery.
Oh shoot, we're at the top of the hour already.
Shoot.
I always ban myself. I can't enter unless like if entries would fall short, then I can enter, right? But otherwise, I have to do my work on the secondary market.
Can I enter myself?
Of course you can.
I did on mine. I think some.
But yeah, 5 o'clock. It's exciting times, man. This is always I love you guys. Like we go back. Like Parrott, obviously, like we kicked this thing off together. We've interacted in real life now. It's like we're real friends now, man. It's like we're IRL friends.
Of course we are.
But to that point though, I think what we learned really quickly from the first time we met live in May, what we learned is that the digital friendships are real. Like they're exactly real. Because that didn't feel like we missed a beat, right? Like hugging it out in Times Square that night, it was like, no, we do this all the time. We do this all the time. But then Odious, to you too, man. It's like we go way back now, and you were part of Origin Stories from the very, very beginning. We've been jamming, chatting, doing our thing across the space. So these moments I don't take lightly.
Yeah, likewise, man. I was thinking the other day, like when I was in London and I was just meeting like all these faces, like Defaced, Ferocious, Corey Van Loo. I felt so comfortable around them within like 5 minutes. And I just don't think like that would have ever happened if we never like connected the way we do online.
Definitely.
No doubt.
Yeah, everybody that I've met in person that I've known online through this space for a while, even if I haven't done like a Zoom call or anything with them, it's just instant connection, and everyone's so cool. I feel like we're so lucky to be in a scene like this where it's Everyone's so freaking nice and smart and inspiring. I feel like that's
We're all
rare.
striving. We're all striving for the same thing now, so it makes sense, you know.
Exactly. Cool. I just entered the raffle.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How long do you have to enter?
1
An
hour.
hour.
An hour. Okay.
5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. It's kind of fun.
I'll try and
I'm glad we're all live.
I'm
Me
gonna
too.
try and share it around.
Yeah, same. Jump on that Twitter promo.
It's,
Amazing.
All right.
Oh, speaking of Deface coming in, Deface was just mentioned, and then bam, Deface in here. Hey, fellas, hope you're all good. What's up, man?
no. Let's go, Defaced.
Speaking of the
Hopefully, I'll
face,
see you next week.
Legend.
Are you guys gonna hold like a NFT LND in place of NFT
Yeah.
NYC?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna try and do. Yeah, myself.
There is one, right?
LS. Yeah.
I saw that. It's NFT.LDN.
Yeah.
I
can't remember who's. For some reason, I think Silly Tuner's hosting it. I don't know why I've got that in my head, but
Cool. Maybe.
And Justin too. Big shout out to Justin. We go way back with Justin as well. I remember since the earliest episodes of Origin Stories, always commenting and getting involved in discussions.
Yes, sir. He's going to be in New York this week too. I'm very excited about that.
Justin, can't wait to meet you, man. And then Deface is on a panel on Saturday. Let's go. Maybe I'll just reroute and come to London.
Yeah, it's next weekend, so. I got Complex Con next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, should be cool. Never been before, but I think Fred and Victor and other Victor Fouches are all going to be there.
I gotta send Justin. I gotta send Justin the invite. The invite.
All right, guys. Want to wrap it up?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Always a lot of
thanks
fun.
for
Thanks for
having me on,
joining us,
guys.
Odious.
Yeah, of course.
You need to get me some dinner.
And let's go, Odious. This is your night, man. One of so many monumental ones in your journey through the space. So let's go. This is Odious night.
Thanks for sharing it with me, guys.
All right, gentlemen.
Of course.
Talk soon. Hey, thanks to everyone for coming in. A lot of the Origin Stories OGs. Justin DeFace, thank you, Noel. Patrick's in here. Fesk was in here. I'm probably gonna miss some people going back here. Mr. Poulet, shout out Mr. Poulet. Hilda Broom, and Anthony Quinton. And that's what I got. Sorry if I missed you, but we love you.
We love you.
Cool.
We love you.
And we probably won't be back next week, right? We're gonna be doing some IRL stuff.
Good point. Let's set it. Let's set it as we won't. And then maybe, Parrott, remember what we did that time in Miami? We did that like brief snippet video. Yep. The cool thing to do, because that is the event time where there will be some visuals and whatnot. Maybe we can like get together and like take a walk through and show some of those visuals. I think that might be a cool process shot of NYC and NFT NYC.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that sounds great. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
And so we'll be back in 2 weeks. And only because we're hanging out IRL.
Let's go.
All right, everyone, go enter Odious's raffle right now. Bid on his 101. It's super, super cool. It's a historic project that we're all part of. Thanks to Roger.
Very excited for the future of Artifacts.
Same.
Thank you,
Big
guys.
bullish. Big bullish.
Appreciate you both.
Take it easy. Thanks for coming out. Peace.
Much love.